I'm Sarah Dye from the Northwestern University's Purchasing Consortium, and today, as part of the UK UPC Modern Slavery series, I'll be talking on the subject, what is a modern slavery statement? You can see on the slide the 8 consortia that work in partnership as UK UPC to establish routes for higher and further education bodies to purchase goods and services. As has been demonstrated in the earlier webinars in this series, no business, industry or sector is unaffected by the risks of modern slavery in the supply chains of the products and services that you buy, use or sell. A modern slavery statement is a public acknowledgement that you understand this hard truth and are making a commitment to take tangible actions to tackle these risks. Failing to make such a public commitment will not be interpreted by conscientious customers as an absence of modern slavery risk within your business, but as ignorance to the risks that are inherent within your supply chain and your apathy or obliviousness towards tackling these risks. By now, you'll be familiar with the Modern Slavery Act, and while the legal requirements of the Act may only apply to certain commercial organisations, the risks of modern slavery within supply chains do not begin at £36 million. Businesses not governed by the obligations under the Act can and should publicly recognise their modern slavery risk and outline, proportionate to your organisation and your available resources, the action that you're taking to manage this risk through a modern slavery statement. Whilst modern slavery statements are the focus of this webinar, you shouldn't lose sight of the actual goal, the eradication of modern slavery for the benefit of the most vulnerable members of our society. Producing a modern slavery statement shouldn't be seen merely as an issue of compliance with the Modern Slavery Act, but as a single piece in the puzzle of creating a safer, more equitable world. Acknowledging the inherent risks, understanding risks specific to your business, identifying steps to manage the risks, and taking effective action to tackle modern slavery are and should be activities incumbent upon all businesses irrespective of size. You are likely already taking action to promote ethical business practices and policies that protect workers from being abused and exploited in both your organisation and your supply chains. Writing a statement about how you're doing this is actually the easy part. The points listed on the screen are the minimum legal requirements for a modern slavery statement that are included within the Modern Slavery Act, and all are focused on form. Maybe you're still thinking that you can skip ahead if the Act doesn't apply to you, but this really is the easy bit, and I'm going to use the next couple of minutes to explain why you should still be concerned with these basic elements regardless of the applicability of the Modern Slavery Act to your organisation. First things first, keep your statement up to date. Your statement should be a living document which is updated on an annual basis. This is because the purpose of your statement is to record and communicate the actions that you've taken to tackle modern slavery. If you're already acting, then it'll be a quick and simple way for you to convey this to your employees, customers, and to the wider public via a statement. If you're at the beginning of this journey, then you can use your statement to outline planned actions. The key point about updating the statement annually is that you will build on previous actions year on year, and your stakeholders will want to hear about your achievements and your future direction. The statutory guidance that supports the Modern Slavery Act also states that your updated statement should be published within 6 months of your organisation's financial year end. Committing to this will focus your activities and ensure that the actions that you're articulating are current and relevant. Next, place a link to your current modern slavery statement in a prominent place on the homepage of your website. The fact that you're making a positive commitment and taking action to prevent human rights violations is something that you're going to want to shout about to support employee, customer, investor, and public confidence in your business. Make the information as accessible as possible for key stakeholders. Making a public statement will also give you more impetus to deliver on the future commitments that you've made by bringing a degree of external accountability. Don't use this as a reason not to publish a statement. Be as honest about your failures as you are of any achievements. Recognise and enumerate any limitations that you may have. The key thing is that you evidence an awareness of the inherent risks and that you're making a commitment to continuous improvement. It's also good practice to keep previous statements accessible on your website as a record of your progress. Don't be put off if you haven't made any progress or made the progress that you intended. Explain why what you've learned, and what your new commitments are. If you don't have a website on which to host your statements, then you should ensure that you provide a copy of your written statement to anyone who requests one within 30 days of receiving the request. The point here is to be transparent about what you're doing towards tackling modern slavery. Getting approval at the highest level will guarantee senior accountability, leadership, and responsibility for modern slavery, ensuring that it's given the serious attention that it deserves, fostering a culture within your organisation in which modern slavery is not tolerated in any form. You can easily evidence that you've complied with this by clearly stating within your statement that board approval has been given along with the date of approval. As previously discussed, signature at the highest level will ensure that due attention is given internally to the eradication of modern slavery and will clearly demonstrate your organisational commitment to this pursuit to your stakeholders. You can do this easily by including their name, job title, the date, and either a signature or a statement that it has been signed. The key point is all businesses should understand their modern slavery risks and take action to manage these, making year-on-year progress in addressing risks and improving outcomes for workers in your business and in your supply chains. It's not so much about the statement, but about taking positive steps to avoid complicity in modern slavery through inertia. The emphasis on producing a statement is about publicly acknowledging that you understand this and making a commitment to act, having a clear plan of action, implementing the plan effectively, and communicating your successes and failures to interested parties in a way that evidences your progress and improvement. Be the change that you want to see in the world. The next presentation will offer guidance on writing a modern slavery statement, understanding that this is a journey through which you can be honest about where you are now, where you want to be, and how you're planning on getting there.